Hello, my creative collective. This is your Libra Full Moon message. I might be sniffling a little bit. I've got either a cold or some allergies popping up. I'm recording this on the 9th of April, but we'll see where this goes. So I wanted to get these done for you this week. And let's dive in, shall we? I'm so excited, Capricorn. I've been waiting for yours because I've been feeling this buzz about your energy for the full moon and how it's going to impact you. I'm not quite sure why, but I will dig in. I'm pretty excited for this reading, so let's dive in, shall we? I would like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space, and I ask that it is a safe space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. And I might add, brave and safe space. All right. Let's dive right in, shall we, Capricorn? Let's do this. So I'm using the Rider-Waite, but the black and gold edition. It's just shiny. It's a shiny one. I quite like it. It's a nice edition. So these are your full moon in Libra messages, Capricorn. Spirit, can you give me some messages for Capricorn for their healing and highest good for Libra full moon? Thank you so much. What just went through my head, this song by Queen, I Want to Break Free. I feel like you will. Oof. Capricorn, what's going on here? Yeah. Want to break free. It looks like it. I just didn't want to leave this tower kind of standing here on its own. So I got the 8 of Cups, which tells me that you're embarking upon, but I get the impression that it's already something that you've undertaken. The Libra full moon is just, I think that this is going to be related to a way that you're moving forward and away from conflict and things that aren't working. And when I say things that aren't working, I just mean things that are kind of blocking your path. And this isn't even necessarily blocking your path. This may just be situations that require you to justify yourself, or situations that require you to justify yourself. But also I'm getting the things that you place in between what you want and you, right? Sometimes it's other people doing this, but then sometimes it's also us. It's also us doing this to ourselves. And then we also have the 5 of Pentacles, and then that was clarified by the Tower and the Knight of Swords. And what I'm thinking here, so then I pulled these cards, and I really wanted to know, because it was almost like, don't be impulsive from a place of lack is what I'm understanding, because it will lead to a tower. If you're impulsive from a place of lack, and place of lack just meaning like thinking that things won't work out, the opposite of wishful thinking. It's sort of catastrophizing, right? It's going to be, it won't work in your favor. And it's almost like I pulled another bunch just to see where that would go. And I got the 10 of Wands, which to me is more a putting down of the 10 of Wands, which brings in the Ace of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the Empress. So to me, Capricorn, this is really about you. It's really about you deciding what matters more. I'm hearing being right or your happiness. We're going to explore that, Capricorn. And I think that this is kind of like a coming into balance. And that's really this, the Libra full moon is about that. It's like the processes that we undertake to find balance, and the processes that we find ourselves diving into in order to find that kind of balance within ourselves. And balance externally as well, right? Balancing expectations, balancing situations. It's all the ways that we can come back into alignment with ourselves and what we want to see for our life, right? Let me just move this up here and then this down here. Perfect. Can I get some clarification for Capricorn on these 8 of Cups, Spirit? 4 of Swords. 9 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's a decision. There may be a decision regarding love that or something that you love, Capricorn. that's throwing you a little bit out of balance, and that's kind of what's making you want to say like screw this and leave it, because I feel like it's been more, I'm almost getting this impression that there are certain things that you believed about what you wanted, and it's not that those things aren't true, it's just that you're still waiting to see that side of it. So like with love, for example, people say, oh my gosh, it's amazing, it's all of these things, it's this, that, and the other, and it doesn't end up being that awesome, right? And it's not because it's not awesome, it's because we're working out patterns, we're healing ourselves, like we're in relationships in a lower frequency, so we can't find that higher octave of things because our mindset is in that Five of Pentacles, right? But I do feel like this is something that you are moving away from, just based on the healing cards here. And the Ace of Cups twice tells me that like there are new things coming in. There are either new love, new opportunities, things that will sort of crack open your heart. This is like a healed heart space is what I'm hearing. And I think that that's possible because you are doing the work, and you did kind of turn your back on what wasn't working, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to focus on the things that I need to focus on and move away from this energy that is constantly needing to justify or explain yourself, right? And it can make you feel defensive, and when that becomes a way of being, it really makes you feel almost like you have to justify everything down to the nth degree, because people are that it's almost like micromanaging your energy, right? It's such a weird thing, but we can fall into it so often and so easily because that's how people want us to, they want us to operate in that way, right? It's a lot of toxic people and sometimes narcissists. Well, narcissists have other ways of operating, but in my experience, this is one way that they do operate, is by focusing on the tiny, tiny aspects of your behavior. Because then that kind of puts you in a position of being on the defense. And this could be patterns of moving away from that, right? But there was a decision I'm hearing that you're making or had made. And whatever that decision was, it was something that helped you to realign your priorities. It helped you to realign what it is that, realigning what it is that you need to do for yourself. And I'm seeing that this is bringing in some kind of abundance for you. So the reason why I say that, and something more stable, like this is to me a way that you've been doing these things, these be it ways of relationship, patterns, what have you. The world and the wheel are here clarifying the Page of Cups, which tells me that there's a way that the love that you've been putting out into the world isn't quite. I'm almost getting that there's this way that you've wanted to do that. And it's not that you've been prevented from doing it. It's just that you didn't think it was possible, right? Like going back to that thing, like it's like the opposite of wishful thinking. So I'm getting that this, you're getting messages now that you've kind of left behind. And I get that it's like this is like a finality, right? Like you've really left behind this inclination towards believing in a Page of Cups to contain what should be an Ace of Cups, right? There's a bit of a size, there's like a difference, not to be like a size queen, but like there's a difference in the size of cup here, right? One is a little bit smaller, one is much larger and coming from the universe. This one's coming from other people. So I think it's almost like you're realigning your priorities to understand that the love that you've been looking for from other people is kind of an inside job, Capricorn, kind of an inside job. And I think that that's to an extent what's happening, but I also think that it could be that there's an offer from a water sign for you. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, my dear Capricorns, that is bringing in this sort of test, this like, are you really done with this cycle? Have you learned everything you need to learn? Does it still catch your eye because it's an attractive thing? Not because it's attractive, but because there's a part of you that still resonates with it, right? There's this little test. And I think that you're going to get a lot of messages. If this is a choice that you made, it's like making sure that you're dedicated to that choice, because I think that there's real abundance, real stability, real concrete security that's here for you, that's available, right? But I think that you have to lean into it. And I'm really curious to see, Spirit, can you clarify this Seven of Wands for me for Capricorn? So we have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Temperance card just kind of popped out, and I had to sift through them. So I'm really getting that this is the truth. Like, this is the truth, and it's kind of, you're your own worst enemy, I'm hearing. not in an overall way, but the way I'm seeing this, Capricorn, is that there's a way that your inspiration has not been able to come through in a balanced way, and you haven't really been able to. Ooh, my ears are ringing. You haven't been able to work with it in the way that would bring you back into balance. Like, your truth is here, but it's almost like you're fighting the truth of the situation, or your truth. There's some way that you're defensive to it, and you're defensive of your inspiration and balance. And I don't know if there's a way that you've been benefiting from some of the conflict, because sometimes it's just a little bit icky. Like, sometimes people need conflict in order to define their ego, right? Like, they are a specific type of person because the conflict tells them who they are, as opposed to that information coming from within them and then going outwards, right? So I feel like that's where a lot of that can get bound up in ego and identity. And it really disconnects us, because then we're fighting a separation game, right? Then we're fighting these ego identities that we all have, as opposed to coming together with the understanding that there's a oneness at work here, right? Like, we're not really that separate. Five of Pentacles again. I think that this does have to do with love. Yeah. There's your card. You want on this one? Okay. So that's a whole other thought. Five of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and Three of Swords. I think that there was something about stability, and it's almost like the promises. This is, again, like the things that you thought were true, or things that you thought were true about love or stability, kind of left you hanging, right? Left you high and dry a little bit. And what I'm understanding from this is that has created this defensiveness in you. So it's like this identity that you built based on pain. Interesting. An identity that you built based on pain, but you're showing up in your element here. So the Devil, in your element, in your power. I get this as your power, because that's Capricorn's card. I'm hearing transformation. So I don't know if death is going to be popping out anytime soon, but it's almost like there's some way that you're going through a transformation right now. In terms of what you carry for others. Like, okay. I try to shuffle it here because I don't want to blow all the cards away, but I'll do it here instead so you can see it. But I almost get that there's that. I think that is like the patterns. That's the 10 of Wands that you've been carrying. And I think that sometimes you might take impulsive action to avoid feeling like the Five of Pentacles, but maybe this is a call to sit in it for half a second, Capricorn. Sit in it for half a second and ask what it is here to teach you. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, what it's here to kind of offer you in terms of grounded learning that you can then bring forward into other things, right? Sorry, my throat's a little sore, but Six of Cups, yeah. So this, to me, this is, and there's Pluto, yeah, that's the transformation, is the enlightenment that you're gaining over this situation. And I think the Libra Full Moon for you, Capricorn, has a whole lot to do with the things that you're learning and sort of relearning and perhaps unlearning about yourself. I tend to think of the Hierophant, if it came out in this spread, it would be more about higher unlearning, right? Because that's sort of the spiritual teacher. The Hermit is also a spiritual teacher. But what I'm getting from this, Capricorn, is that there's a way that you, like, wishful thinking. I keep hearing innocence, and I feel like this is almost a return to innocence. I hear that's showed up in another one, and it's just it's been I can't remember what other sign had that as a theme, but this return, right? This return to innocence, this return to an innocent way of being, a lighter way of being. I think that this is almost like looking on the bright side and having faith that things will work out, Capricorn. And what I think is happening here is you're choosing what you want to give your energy to. This wands, right? Wands is passion, but it's also creative energy, right? Like, and I feel like the fire signs, fire energy is also intuitive. It's intuitive about creative expansion. It's intuitive about energy. It's intuitive about power, and all of those aspects. I think that each sign has its own intuition. Same thing with earth signs. People don't tend to think so, but let me tell you, you guys are very, very smart. And actually something smart intuitively. Let me just let my cat in. Hang on. Come on, baby girl. Sometimes I feel like she just likes to know that the door is open and that it was opened for her. Sorry about that, Capricorn. She ended up walking away. Yeah, she just has this thing like she'll be like, you haven't paid enough attention to me today, so I just need you to open the door for me, and so that I can sit and chirp at you. And it's fine. It's just very cute. It's adorable. But one of the things that I know about, yeah, that's beautiful. One of the things that I understand about earth signs and earth energy is that, you know, people think about earth energy as being really grounded and not that connected intuitively. And yet I read that a lot of spiritual teachers, like big ones like Gandhi and Jesus, a lot of these folks, and it may not be Jesus, there's another one. I'm thinking like masters, teachers, ascended master energy. Many of them are born in earth signs. So like you're in such good company in terms of being connected to that intuitive sense of mastery over... Well, mastery, I don't really like that word. That like personal agency and power that is connected to your intuition and that informs your ability to move forward on projects and things, right? I'm just going to pull one more here, but I feel like that's where you're heading to, right? You're heading to that. It's like learning to trust life again, trust in love, right? Not just like a nice framed thing that you can buy at Target, although in Canada we called it Target. But I feel like that's really where what you're returning to, right? You're returning to trust in love, that it's possible, number one, and not just possible in terms of coming to you, but possible in terms of your relationship to your work, to projects, all of that stuff, right? So I feel like for you, my darling Capricorns, there's Empress energy here. And I feel like that's you returning to that place of like flirting and that little fun, like the fun deliciousness of starting something new, right? But I think that this is you kind of giving yourself not only more grace, but I think that this is you giving yourself the healing power and potential. This is like love energy heals. It really does. But I think that what heals sometimes too is the possibility that loving thoughts present to us, right? And when I say that, I mean, when we think loving thoughts, or when we kind of like, you know, wishful thinking about things, it reminds us that like the good that we're looking for in the world is also possible to come to us too, right? So what we're actually doing is looking out into the world and seeing this reflected back. And like, you can't believe what I'm trying to say here, Capricorn. You can't believe good is coming that you do not feel that you have a right to, or that you deserve. I shouldn't say right to, that's weird. I'm saying that you deserve and that you're worthy of, right? That's how it can heal. That's how it can come and find you. And that's really, I 1818 on the time. I feel like Capricorn, that's something that may be really significant for you, to just remember that you're lovable, remember that you're loved, remember that you're loving, right? Because it feels like you've taken quite a few hits here, and hits just in terms of disappointments. Like 8 cups, it's like this can be a spiritual path, but this is also like really, it's still spilled the cups, right? Like it's still something that disappointed you. It's still something that didn't work out. And this, I think that this is, I've seen this a lot lately, but this is, to me, coming across as eclipse energy. And I wrote this down here, the solar eclipse is happening on April 30th in Taurus. And I think that what's going to happen for you, my dear Capricorns, is that you may find different energy activated at that time, encouraging you to really, I feel like to let go of this. I mean, this can start during the Libra full moon, 1919 on the time, and then move forward into the eclipse energy. But what I think about here is that you're moving into this much better place for yourself, right? We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Fool. You could have fire in your chart. I do see a lot of fire energy here. But there's also a lot of aces. And the only one missing is the Ace of Pentacles, which I'm kind of getting is you, Capricorn. I'm kind of reading that as you. You're the one who's going to be offering so much to others after remembering these things about yourself and really understanding that the cycles that you were engaging in, the patterns that you were struggling with, they're over. The 10 of Wands is here because you're putting it down, right? Like it's done. So I'm going to pull from the Miracles Now deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. And my throat's a little bit scratchy, so I can hear it in my voice. I don't know if it's coming across, but if it is, that's fine. Spirit, can I get some messages of healing for my wonderful and beautiful Capricorns for this Libra full moon, please, and thank you so much. By spreading loving energy, I attract more love. Yeah, it's sort of like shining your light, right? Love knows where to find you and how to find you because you're shining that light, and you're doing it for the reasons and just to help other people, right? It's not, you don't want anything for it. You just shine your light, right? Spread loving energy. When you're in that space, the what you get back doesn't matter because you're so focused on giving, right? My eyes will see what I desire. This I'm getting almost as like trust yourself in what you're seeing. So there could be synchronicities that are coming to you, and this is a call for you to trust them. So this is the Power of Intention deck by Wayne Dyer. It's a bit of an oldie but a goodie. And I've been pulling from this deck for the Libra full moon. Maintain an attitude of allowing. Yes, Capricorn, yes. Maintain an attitude of allowing. In an attitude of allowing, all resistance in the form of thoughts or in an attitude of allowing, all resistance in the form of thoughts of negativity or doubt are replaced with simply knowing that you and your source are one in the same. That's really crucial. I think that this Ace of Cups twice may be a call to be the container, Capricorn, and to be back in touch with being the container for love. So that you can then give that out, right? Because we can't pour from an empty cup. It doesn't work that way. Physics is we're all a victim of physics in that way, right? You can't pour from something that doesn't exist. So I think that you have to fill first, and then you can give out. And I think that comes from a place that it just frees up the giving too, right? So just remember, you are not only the recipient of love, but you too have a cup that needs to be filled. You too have a cup that can give out to others, right? So I think that this is super, super amazing. The ace is here, the love here. I really think that this is a possibility of a soulmate coming in too for you, Capricorn. So that is beautiful. 10 of Pentacles, like this is all really good. And ending on the Fool, like you're going to take the leap. You're going to take that leap. And I'm really excited to see where this Libra full moon takes you, Capricorn. There's a lot of releasing, but more so what you're bringing in. And remember, don't do anything impulsively. We don't do that. It doesn't honor the really stable energy that's here, nor the fact that you're the Ace of Pentacles in this reading. So that was your Libra full moon reading, my wonderful and darling Capricorns. If this resonated for you, please feel free to like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel and to continue to do this, which I really love, and I'm very grateful and humbled to be able to do so. And if there are other ways you want to connect, please feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you did. And however, if this is where we part, Capricorn, I hope you have a delightful full moon in Libra, and that your energy is your energy comes back tenfold. It looks like some really good healing and loving energy is surrounding you right now. So remember, maintain an attitude of allowing, my lovelies. All right, take care, Capricorn. Bye.